everyone, welcome back to another video. Here at Explorion, I share knowledge from my undergraduate and postgraduate psychology degrees to hopefully create some really interesting videos for you. I recently released a video allowing you to see whether you scored low, moderately or high across the 5 big personality traits that we use within psychology. I thought it'd be useful to add an additional video where we go through some typical expectations and behaviours that can be linked to the scores on this personality test. So if you want to start with the quiz first to see how you fall on this, I'll put a link in the description down below so that you can go and get your scores first, and then come back over here if you would like once you've got that information to see what psychologists believe this tells us about you and about others that fall on the traits in different ways. So let's start with the extraversion trait. Those high on extraversion are often the life of the party. They are outgoing, friendly, talkative, and easy to get along with. Their high energy and optimism make them popular, and they enjoy being the centre of attention. Assertive and sociable, they often take the lead in social situations and group projects. On the other hand, individuals with low extraversion tend to be more reserved. They have a small, close-knit circle of friends and prefer not to be in the spotlight. It takes time for them to open up to new people, and they prefer low-key activities like movie nights over big parties. They're introspective, self-aware, and value their privacy. Let's now look at the agreeableness trait. Individuals high in agreeableness are loyal and trustworthy. They enjoy helping others, are sincere, and prefer to avoid confrontations. Highly attuned to the emotions of others, they're described by friends as compassionate, supportive, and nurturing. They're cooperative, but may sometimes compromise their own values to maintain peace. Those with the low agreeableness tend to be more practical than altruistic. They can be critical of others and are not overly concerned about what others think of them. They may be skeptical of others' motives and are less likely to involve themselves in their friends' problems. In disagreements, they're not afraid to voice their opinions and would rather stand their ground than compromise their values. For the conscientiousness trait, those with high conscientiousness are organised, dependable, and driven. They possess a strong sense of self-discipline and are often seen as responsible by their friends. Routines and schedules are their best friends, and they love making lists. They strive for excellence, pay attention to details, and carefully weigh their decisions. On the flip side, individuals with low conscientiousness tend to be impulsive and spontaneous. They might procrastinate and feel restricted by rules. Starting projects is no problem for them, but they often leave them unfinished. Being punctual can be a challenge, and their friends might describe them as fun but scatterbrained. Now let's look at the emotional stability trait. Individuals who score highly on emotional stability score lowly on neuroticism, which is the opposite. Those who score highly on emotional stability and lowly on neuroticism are calm under pressure. They're slow to anger, aren't overly concerned about what others think, and don't get worked up over minor issues. They're even-tempered and have good emotional control. Those who are low in emotional stability and high in neuroticism tend to be sensitive, anxious, and prone to worrying. They might be impulsive and pessimistic, struggling to handle stress. Their emotions are intense and they're easily upset. Social situations can make them uncomfortable, and they find it difficult to resist distractions or temptations. Let's now look at intellect and imagination. Individuals who score highly on the intellect and imagination trait also score highly for openness to experience. Individuals that are high across these two enjoy variety and the thrill of trying new things. They have an appreciation for beauty, art, and nature. Their friends might describe them as curious, inquisitive, and original. These individuals often have unconventional viewpoints and are more inclined to support liberal political candidates. They're imaginative, artistic, and have a wide range of interests. Whereas those that score low on the intellect-imagination trait, or as it's otherwise known, openness to experience, prefer routine over novelty. They tend to be practical and grounded. Tradition and familiarity are important to them, and they may lean towards conservative political candidates. Change may not sit well with them, and they often have a low tolerance for radically different viewpoints. I hope you found it useful to run through these 5 different personality traits, giving you an idea of how they vary depending on whether you score high or low upon the trait. Thank you so much for listening. See you soon.